Hey there, Tequila Army. General Agave here. So before getting into today's review of Kostiv Anejo Tequila, which as you can tell is now a completely empty bottle, I needed to address a few things that have changed since the recording of that video. The first of which is the bottle is empty, but that's not the important thing. My moniker, General Agave, harkens back to my time as a veteran in the United States military, and I talk about the Tequila Army, right? But the reality is war is no joke. War is a horrible thing to have to face. And the Russian invasion of Ukraine is a horrible situation. And I want to make sure that I'm openly supporting the Ukrainian citizens as they fight to protect not only their loved ones, but their country, themselves, everything as a whole. War is a horrific event, and my heart goes out to all of those currently fighting for their lives, the lives of their family, and the future of their nation in Ukraine. And that brings me to the Kostiv Tequila and why I felt it was so important to do an update here. Kostiv Tequila was founded by Petra Kostiv, who I believe is from the Ukraine originally. And Kostiv Tequila, whether you love or hate the line, and we'll get to my review after this, whether you love or hate the line, what Kostiv Tequila is doing right now is so important. And that is they are donating, I believe, all proceeds from the sales of Kostiv Tequila right now to help the efforts of the Ukrainians who are really struggling as they fight off this horrible invasion. So I wanted to say thank you, Kostiv Tequila, for doing that. And throw my support behind that as well. So whether or not you like this brand or you think my review is good or bad, and we'll get to that, I do recommend, if you're out there and you see this on the shelf right now, pick up a bottle, because the proceeds are going to go to help the Ukrainians who are truly fighting for their futures right now. So with that, thank you for your time, and let's get to the review. Hello again, Tequila Army. General Agave here. Let's see what the cabinet has to offer us today. And this bottle here is one I am excited to tell you about. If you can't tell, this is Kostiv Anejo. So let's get out of the cabinet and see what we got here. All right, hey there, Tequila Army. General Agave. The cabinet today has brought us this Kostiv Anejo. Now this Kostiv Anejo comes from NOM number 1500. So it's got kind of a basic looking bottle, I would say here, and a very, very simple label. As a matter of fact, this bottle was recommended to me by a representative for Kostiv, and I went out and got the bottle, and when it arrived, I'm going to be honest, Army, I was a little disappointed in the packaging, right? Because this is not a cheap bottle at $60. I expected a little bit better packaging on this, and that's one thing across the entire Kostiv line. If I'm going to critique today, I think the bottling and the labeling is just lacking. But is the juice? Well, we'll soon find out. So this bottle arrived a while ago, and as you can tell, it is about a half empty at this stage there, Army. I'll get to a little story on that. But let me give you some background on Kostiv. It's a relatively new brand. It is out of NOM 1500. They're also doing, I believe, a Tesoro brand out of 1500, a couple other labels, but a smaller production. This product itself is roller mill, deep well water used in this, slow cooked in brick ovens, 2 times distillation in copper pot stills. And this specific Anejo is aged 18 months in former French Cabernet barrels. So you're going to notice there instantly, Army, it's a darker colored tequila. And I think we'll see that really good in the glass as well here momentarily. But this product here is really kind of unique. It's won some awards. Kostiv as a whole has recently won some awards. So let's actually take a look. Let's see if the juice inside of this oversteps the appearance of the bottle. So first thing we're going to notice, it is a wooden cork or a wooden top with a synthetic cork on there, which, a lot of beer producers are now going to synthetic. Well, you guys know out there in the Army, I prefer the traditional cork. I don't have a good reason for it. I just do. So let's take a pour here. Let's see this Kostiv, and you're really going to notice the color here in the glass. I mean, this is almost an amber color in the glass. Hopefully you're able to pick that up there on the camera. It actually is really kind of coating in the glass. Well, tells me it's a little viscous there. So let's get a nose on this. Tequila Army, this is a very, very sweet nose. On this nose, I'm getting a ton of vanilla. I'm getting cherry, like a dark cherry. There's some oak in the background there, but some red fruits really, really coming through on this nose. You know, there's a Tequila Army. I'm getting like a dried apricot finish on that nose. And I can suck in here a ton, and there's no alcohol burn coming off of this. There's no vapors, no ethanol. This smells delicious, but will it live up to it? I've got my feelings. As you can tell, the bottle is a little over half empty. So let's give it a go. Tequila Army, cheers. Oh wow. So instantly on the taste, you get a little bit more oak than you got on the nose. But I don't say this a lot about tequilas, even añejos, and I think maybe it has something to do with the French Cabernet barrels. I get that cherry that I got on the nose carry through even more on the palate, almost like I do in a bourbon, in a traditional bourbon. I'm getting that cherry coming through on this añejo, and it's not a bad thing. It is delicious, guys. I go back for a second sip. It is the traditional word smooth, right? It's very, very smooth. There's maybe a small amount of pepper on the far back end, but I'm getting a lot of vanilla. I'm getting that oak a little bit better than I got on the nose. I'm getting that cherry, some caramel, and almost a dried fruit in that finish as well. So let me tell you guys about a little bit about how this bottle got empty. As I take another drink, I am super impressed with this Kostiv Anejo. It's the only bottle that I've had in the line because here in Ohio I can't get it. I had this actually shipped in from California. I was able to snag this bottle. But I brought this bottle on a road trip with me because I wanted to try this bottle and I hadn't gotten an opportunity to film or to open it up. But I knew I wanted to try it with my father, who is in his late 70s, and he's a bourbon drinker. So we were actually in Laughlin, Nevada, enjoying a night of poker and cards, and we went back to our hotel room and I said, hey, I know you're a bourbon drinker, but I have a tequila here I want you to try. And this tequila will explain to you why it is that I like tequilas, why I prefer tequilas over bourbons. The moment you taste this, you're going to see some similarities. You're not going to think the Jose Cuervo of your youth. You're going to better understand the complexity of tequila and the smooth finish and the sweet cherries that you can get and that vanilla and oak that can come through in a tequila that a lot of people do not anticipate that you get strongly in those añejos. Now, don't get me wrong, agave is there, and it's there in a good way. It's well represented in this bottle. But I shared this with my father, and I had to fight to get the bottle back. I was like, hey, no, I've got to do a video on this bottle still. I need to get that back so that I can film for the Army. So here it is. So I recommend you guys, if you can find Kostiv, and if you're on the West Coast, I think it's a lot easier to do so. I think Mash and Grape may carry it. Not a big fan of Mash and Grape, to be honest with you. I've had some issues with them. But search that internet, see what you can find. This bottle specifically was about $60. Kostiv, if you're out there and you're listening, send me a bottle of the extra añejo. I can't find that anywhere. I really, because of this, am intrigued. So go ahead and send that bottle. Hit me up in the comments below and I'll give you some instructions. We'll do a nice review on that as well. Tequila Army is General Agave. Going out, try tequilas. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button below. Really helps in the process. Try new tequilas. Tell me what you think. Have you had Kostiv? What's your perception on it? Drop that in the comments below as well. And as always, thank you. General Agave out.